make a motion that we approve the minutes of February 10th, 2021 meeting.
Second.
Then move second, we accept the minutes of February 10th. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. No checks. No vouchers.
Do you have anything else to Mr. Schmidt?
I'd like to go into have a 10-minute executive session, discuss non-elected personnel, Commissioners Rob and Edith President.
Second.
Then move second, we go into executive session for 10 minutes for non-elected personnel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. 10 minutes.
Okay, so I came to present the 2020 financial report, and I thought I would go through, being far as I don't know, this is your first time sitting through, so I'm going to kind of walk you through the numbers. The first, let's see, page 1 through 6, actually is inputting all of the claims that we actually inputted from January 1 to December of 2020. In the amount of $181,694 is what we billed out. And then the next you'll see, pages 1 through 8, is everything that we have received in, payment-wise. Some of those are ARSI, but most of those are Medicare, or the blackened ones are the ones that are patient accounts. People make payments on.
Tell him what ASRI is.
What's that?
Tell him what AS.
What's ASRI?
Oh, ARSI is our collection company.
Okay.
So they're the ones they collect on past accounts, current accounts, any payments they get.
Yeah, so they'd be the ones like on this outstanding balance to try to collect on that.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
if they get turned to collection.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Now, on this open the balance, 32,000, is that just from this year, or is that this year's plus our past years?
This is just this year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got the past years as we'll get to that. The next page is just one page, and I just went ahead and included this in, is what we received for January. January 1 through January 31st is a lot of 2020 accounts that are still paying. So we brought in an additional 10,000 just in January, so for the 2020 accounts, which is the open balance of the 32,826.77. Okay.
What page are you on?
What's that?
Are you just on the front page?
No, that page is actually, it's past the page 8. The page 1 is for January, and the next pages are the ones that are just for this year. The 2020 accounts is the 32,826.77, in which I outlined in the very front for you guys, what all is stating there. American Family's got one, which is an auto insurance. Okay, so it can go for up to a year to pay. Okay, one account out there for $430. Aetna's got 2 primary accounts. Blue Cross Blue Shield also has 2. Champ VA is a secondary insurance that's left for their Cigna has got 2 secondary insurances as well. So primary is already paid. The secondary is waiting to pick up. Is what that is. Collections, we have 11 accounts that we have sent to collections. CPM is actually a commercial insurance. It's got 1 primary out there. Eagle Med, this is interesting, is 1 primary account. We had an Eagle Med Assist where their helicopter malfunctioned. We had to go pick up the patient and the crew and transport them from rural around the Hudson area to Wichita. So we actually, $840 is mileage that we had to bill for the transport of the crew. Had a little bit of a disagreement with them because they thought we had to bill the entire amount, but we couldn't because we didn't do the patient care that was ALS because we didn't have an ALS provider on board, and we didn't pick them up from the hospital. So we can't charge the ALS, all we can charge is the mileage. So Eagle Med is going to pay us the mileage as soon as they get paid from the patient account. So that's what the holdup on that account is. Hospice, when we transport a patient that is on hospice care, there's usually a fight between hospice and primary insurance as to who's going to actually pay that account. because if they're on hospice care, hospice will pay it only if it's to that diagnosis. If it's not, they'll kick it out to the insurance. So Medicare and hospice are actually fighting over this account as to who's gonna pay it. So that's where we sit with that one. Medicare, there's 2 primary accounts and 1 secondary. Patient responsibility, we've got 24 accounts out there for patient responsibility. State auto is 1 auto insurance again, and then Veterans Affairs, we have 7 primary and 3 secondary. VA is having an issue or a hard time paying. This time, they usually take a year to pay, but they pay 100%. So we just have to be patient, but they will actually pay them.
So we have 24 accounts on patient responsibility. So the average is $500 a piece. So, yeah, most of them are, there's not one that's quite a bit, and then the rest of them are really, really small. They're all, without going
The
through.
smallest we have, a bill is like $430, and that's like from Stafford to the hospital. So, we charge them 5 miles.
Yeah.
Our transfers actually are the ones that are the big ones. They're $1,400 a piece.
Yeah.
So,
Would that be from like Stafford to Pratt or Stafford to Wichita?
Stafford to Wichita, yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah. So when ARSI send somebody to collections, do they can set up a payment plan, or?
They can, it just depends on what ARSI works out with them. Usually they will let them set up a payment plan.
Yeah, and then ARSI, obviously, they're just taking a cut of the collection as their cut. We don't have to pay them. They work on the success of their collections.
They take a portion.
Okay.
And we'll have, I got an ARSI printout for you to
Okay.
look at, that'll show you that as well. Okay, so that covers the current stuff.
Misty, on the 193,000 on outstanding balance,
Yes.
does that include the 32,000 from this year?
Yes,
Okay.
that's included.
Okay.
If you'll note, the ones from the front, a lot of them transferred over to this one that we're still in collections with, the 2020s. This just added to the other accounts that were already outstanding. Okay, the collection accounts, you'll see, because everything is there, collections is 153,564.77, and then your patient responsibility is 15,742.43, and VA is 14,414.66. Everything else is just from this year. It's in there. So. Pages 1 through
At what point do we
6.
write this off? Like I'm seeing some here, collections from 1999, and then 2008 is basically where it starts.
Yeah, the 99 account that is out there had a hit on it in 2016.
Oh,
And
really?
their payment is why it's there.
Wow.
Okay,
So
Yeah,
like regenerated and.
yeah. So they did a massive write-off years and years ago. That account was actually included in the write-offs initially, and then we had to reactivate it because we had a payment account on it. So-
Generally, what's it, so about that 12-year gap, anything older that gets wrote off, or at what point?
Yeah, everything had from that point
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
okay.
Now, and we talked about this before too, there are agencies out there, I know Warner does like every 10 years. You know, they keep 10 years worth of stuff on the books, anything before 10 years they write off. We could do that, but you know, the thing I wanted to tell you is, I'm embarrassed to say actually, last year, my daughter is 12 years old. Last year, my income tax, actually, I took $135 from when she was born in Rice County 12 years later that I had no idea I had.
Yeah,
So it can hit, but it'll be way on down the road. So it even happened to me. So that's why I'm kind of like, well, do we get rid of these accounts? Do we not? Like I said, I'm embarrassed to tell you that because I pay my bills. But it's whatever you guys want to do. I know that Great Bend Fire is like $2 million in collections. So, but they are a lot busier service than we are.
Going back through these, I'm just looking at this page, it's like 2015, 2014. There's a lot of 1,000, 260, 1,260, 1,260. Are those like transfer accounts, or why are all those numbers, you know, kind of the same?
What page are you on?
I'm on page 3
3?
of the invoice, all collections.
Okay.
They're towards the top node.
Like 1260?
1260, 1260, well,
Yeah.
1260, 1260, 1260. I mean,
Those
are
are
those transfers?
ALS transfers.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
And so then it was either the patient's responsibility to pay that or just fight with it?
Usually an insurance would pick up, like Medicare would pay 80% and leave 20. So 20% would be that patient responsibility if they do not have a secondary insurance or they don't have insurance at all. If they don't have any insurance, then it's up to them to pay. And so, yeah, it'll take, and you have to realize too, we're driving them to another bill. So if we're going to Wichita, they got testing, they got diagnostics, they got all kinds of stuff, not just our bill.
Yeah.
Normally that stuff comes first.
Yeah.
probably.
Those big amounts are definitely transfers, yeah. Anything above $1,200 is to Wichita, because that's the longest we go. It's 84-mile transport. The other stuff is Pratt, Wichita, or Pratt or Great Bend, 30 miles either way. So those are going to be usually below 1,000.
Well, looking here on this page 4, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, over 1,000. And then on page 5 from like 2019, there's only 3 over 1,000. There's only 4 over 1,000 since.
Because we weren't able to take transfers. We didn't have the personnel to take transfers at that time.
Okay.
So, yeah, we really had a cut on transfers that year.
Yeah.
So last year was down because we had transfers. What would you say your average charge outs? I mean, do we usually run around 200 or?
We're actually high, 181,000 for the year building out. It's actually pretty high. Usually we run about 150s, so we had an increase. We had an increase in collections as well. I think we collected 112,000 last year, so. Now that we have the ability to do transfers, it makes it nice. Okay, and then this is ARSI. This is a collection agency that you were talking about, Bryce. For 2020, this is just a snapshot of 2020, first page. We did actually turn 25 accounts in the amount of $18,000. They actually had 3 of them paid in full for $1,427, and they're still actively working on 21 of those accounts for $15,415. This is where they collected $1,427, Bryce and we got $1,032. So they have the middle. That's what their hit is. Their percentage, 28%, I believe. Okay, and the second page is what we've got, the old accounts, everything. Okay. The only thing that has really changed this year is that they kicked out 15 accounts that actually I'm still working on. When they give me those accounts, I have to go back, and these are the ones that are prior to 2016. They had 70 last year, and they kicked out 15 more this year. So I have to go back, find those accounts, look, make sure I got the social security numbers and the signatures, and then I can actually forward them on to Kansas South. So I'm in the process of those 15 accounts, getting them into Kansas South right now. So I haven't got them yet, but I usually do a bulk. That way I don't have to do them every individually. I do one bulk transaction to put them in there. So, and I'll get those done probably by the end of the week. So you guys okay. I know this is the first time you're looking at it, Bryce, so I don't know if you have any questions about that. They are still, ARSI has got 93,345 accounts. They're still charging. And you got 50,000. Itself. So that figures to that's for collections.
Is this ARSI, are they pretty widely used for people like us, or what?
Yeah, actually,
Are they a big company, small company?
Sacramento also uses ARSI.
Okay.
That's what we coupled up with them.
Okay. Yeah.
They're out of Dodge City.
Okay. So they're semi-local. I didn't know if they were like huge conglomerate or whether they were,
I think they're localized in Village,
yeah,
pretty sure. We've had some pretty good lunch in there.
yeah.
And you know what Kansas set off is?
Do what?
She mentions Kansas set off, as it goes into the state.
Yes.
They, if an individual's, or gets a refund.
Like I said, the cases set off, we got hospital bills, we got ambulance bills, we got all kinds of things that we want to at the same time. It just chips away year after year,
Yeah.
and it gets written back. So that usually gets their attention, they usually get on call.
Okay, anything else?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna be gone next Wednesday. And I think, is that when the John Prescott? Will you guys make a decision on whether to fund that $175 a month if they start up the recycling? Is that?
It's on these pitches.
Yeah, and I wouldn't
I
mind.
told him that we would come full board, and I did not know if a decision.
And I understand that's what we're paying for the place down here.
Yeah.
So he knows that you all.
No, it's just the fact of that deal, you know, we pay for one deal centrally located in the county. But I mean, if we start doing other ones, then we need to make it available to all the cities. in the county. I don't know. Does the recycling that they pick up pay for that one? I mean, they pay us back some cardboard and some stuff.
Yeah, they can sell some
Well,
stuff.
But none of that money comes back on us.
But-
They make money, I think, with that.
it helps subsidize some,
Yeah.
because we cut back their distribution, a few years ago. So by them coming and getting recyclables, it goes back into their, they get, we don't need money back.
So is the city planning on having a building like what the deal is down here at the county?
Yeah,
Or just the green deals?
yeah, and to answer that, they actually lost $80,000 going from like 19 to 20 on recycling because cardboard commodities tanked, but it does help their clients because their clients' jobs, so they're not even necessarily making money off of it, but it helps the communities, and it helps their clients, so.
I personally don't have, I mean, it's, all this is bitch, I don't have a problem with it. If they're wanting to put it in there.
The county picked up to do.
And I think they make 2 or 3 trips down here every week. We'll get all the
Would you prefer if
information.
I call him and put him off till you're here?
Yeah.
Can we try to do that?
It's probably not,
Yeah, if you can put it off to the next week, I'd like to hear the
Okay.
pitch.
Do we have really anything else on the agenda next week?
No. Not yet.
Like, next Tuesday, and if we don't have anything on the agenda, he's gonna be gone, is there any sense of meeting?
We'll have accounts payable,
Yeah.
and payroll, so it'd be nice if you could just bring it.
Yeah.
And something to come up.
What account would that, if we decide to do that, what account would that come out of, $175?
See, that would be it. It's not budgeted for anywhere.
Where does the recycling come?
Solid waste.
Solid waste.
And we did cut his budget.
Yeah, which I think we're gonna need to go back up on this, because if we end up getting some more ground off, that would have a solid waste, right? Or will that
Yeah,
We
be
just
Divide the
used that
ground
quite a
out.
bit of his capital improvement.
Capital improvement we purchased for it. But you got all that testing and that's.
He's not gonna have enough money.
So it's astronomical the amount of money we have to spend.
But I mean, I think that's something that we gotta do.
Yeah,
But if he doesn't, if we have, does all that money have to come out of his budget or like the general, courthouse general?
for the testing and stuff,
Yeah, for the purchase of the grant.
purchase grant will come out of capital improvement, which that would be your oil and gas completion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the testing and stuff. Typically it comes out of solid waste, which doesn't pass, so. I would say that budget's gonna have to increase whenever you get ready to do that.
I guess first thing we just need to figure out if he's willing to sell some.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? We're adjourned.